I'll begin and share the screen
Yeah,
with the
it will.
music.
Um, no, it's preparing to start. So we'll do the introductions and then you can.
And then I can.
Yeah, it will. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining us from. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to our Breaking Through conversation. And welcome everyone for joining us live on the replay. This is your community. This is our community where we share real stories, practical tools, and empowering strategies so you and I can thrive at work and in life. I am Marian Amoa. I'm your host and your coach and your friend and your cheerleader. I'm here with Afia, also for Fee. And thank you for joining today's pop-up live. Today's is a pop-up and it's part of our ongoing series on artificial intelligence, AI. This session is actually a practical teaser for next week's deeper conversation about a fierce trailblazing path as a mathematical scientist. That's a big word. Mathematical scientist. Well, all month long, we've been running on a back to school theme, like learning, continuous learning thing, right, with our AI series. And so we have done sessions like AI. What is AI? We had a great panel discussion. Last week we had AI for everyday work and life with Dr. Jeannie Asante. And today we are zeroing in on something that hits close to home for so many of us. And our title for today is AI hacks for job interviews and business growth. But before we dive in, let us know in the chat, where are you watching from today? And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our upcoming conversation. So let us know, put it in the chat, where are you joining us from, and we will acknowledge you. While you're doing that, I'm so honored to have Afia with me today. Next week, we'll go into more details about how I met Afia and how we are building our relationship, working relationship, partnership. And so, if you're welcome, thank you so much for honoring this invitation. Would you give us a quick introduction about yourself and please add a fun fact? And I know you have some music prepared for us, so just feel free. This is your family, this is your community as well.
Thank you, Marian, for giving me the opportunity to be on your show, Breaking Through Immigrant Voices. And good morning to you all, or perhaps afternoon, depending on your location. It's a pleasure to be here. My name, as Marian said, is Afia Owusu-Fofie, and I'm a mathematical scientist, a philanthropist, and a musician. I also lead two twin entities as the founding CEO of Coders Who Travel LLC and the founding president of Coders Who Travel Incorporated, also known as the Coders Who Travel Foundation. My portfolio of work experiences include being a lead scientist at Booz Allen Hamilton within the global defense sector account, a senior consultant at Deloitte Consulting LLP within the strategy and analytics practice, and a senior programmer analyst at Mathematical Policy Research, which is a think tank or public policy firm where I served in the research and programming group. I'm known for founding two organizations from the ground up, Coders Who Travel entities that I described, and also Women Who Code Accra. I'm the founding executive director that ran a network in Accra, Ghana for almost a decade before the organization folded up. My work has been featured in the Huffington Post, BBC Africa, Class C, NBC, Italy, Voice of America, to name a few. Like I said, I'm also a musician, so I'm a recording artist and a composer of original Christian Bible-based songs with two music albums, The Anointing Breaks the Yoke and the Ingosra Nububu Inkonia, which is a translation in a native language in Ghana called Chi. And I don't know if this is a good time to play a little bit of the music or not, Marian.
Yes, by all means, play just a little bit for us. Tease us a little bit. Welcome, Afia. You are a trailblazer. Let me say that. And next week, we hear more about that.
Thank you, Marian. So I'm going to try and share my PowerPoint screen. And if you can hear the music, okay, I'll actually skip that because sometimes it can be some problems. And let me know if you hear the music. Not just yet, but
I'm trying to see. If you hear the music, let us know. You can hear if yeah. Okay, I have not seen anything in the chat yet.
but Marian, can you hear the music?
Yes, yes.
Right. Thanks for listening. That
Whoa.
was the 2-minute sample of track number 2 on the album But God. And so over to you, Marian.
Whoa, that was so soothing. That was so soothing. Can you show if you have some love in the chat? Gloria from Maryland, welcome, welcome. Let us know where you are joining us from, and thank you so much for joining us. We have Afia Usu Fofie. Not only is she a mathematical scientist, a founder, a philanthropist, she's also a musician. But we will leave all that for next week's conversation. So, Afia, let's dive into our topic for today, AI hacks for interviews and for business growth. You know, as we were talking before all this happened, you repeatedly told me that AI is a deep river. What do you mean by that?
Yes. We all remember COVID time when everybody became an expert on preventing COVID, right? And all the flurry of emails we received, but it was very deeper than that. And apologies for starting with that grim picture, but sometimes things are deeper than they seem. And so when I say AI is a deep river, I mean AI is like a duck swimming. On the surface level, it's very calm, but underneath the waters, that duck is paddling very hard. So by that, I mean the interfaces that enables users to interact with AI can be easy. If you think of trying to craft your email and Google predicting what you might want to say, or figuring out that it has to start with hi and name, or if you're interacting with ChatGPT, these things are easy to use in most cases. But the algorithms and data that support those simple and great experiences can be complex. Without diving too much into details, some of the concepts in AI cover things like deep learning, supervised and unsupervised learning, machine learning, reinforcement learning, computer vision, natural language processing, and neural networks. And I don't mind putting definitions of each in your chat, Marian, when this video goes live or through another means of communication. But there's also the computer programming aspect that's used to manage the data that is required. So when I said that Deloitte, Buzal, and Mathematica, I'm definitely called upon to offer data science skills. And so if you think about a car needing gas or fuel, then in that same vein, data is the fuel that powers the engine of artificial intelligence. And some popular tools include Python, SAS, R, and cloud software options from Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Google, as well as others that may not be familiar yet to a lot of people, I should add. So that's what I mean by AI being a deep river, Marian.
Wow. Okay. That is really deep. That is really deep. Okay. So Afia, for those of us who are just users, right? How deep can we go? If you can, talk to us about swimming without drowning. Let's just use the swimming. What boundaries, habits, or quick filters do you think we should have in mind to keep us safe and sane and effective?
Yeah, that's a great question. Little drops of water make a mighty ocean, and an elephant is eating one bite at a time. Both proverbial sayings has important applications when it comes to learning artificial intelligence. For starters, you can listen to Google's AI course for beginners and introduction to artificial intelligence on YouTube. There's a company called Simply Learn that has introduction to artificial intelligence also on YouTube. Disclaimer, I'm not advertising for anyone, but these are sources that I've used before in the past. If you want to go more deeper, Stanford University has online courses on a platform called EDX. And courses includes Computer Science 101, Machine Learning Specialization, Introduction to AI, Python Programming, and Advanced SQL for databases. Other competitive sources also include Harvard University extension courses, Coursera, whom I've partnered with to release 5 programming courses in the past myself, and Udemy that I've used across all workplaces. I should add that my own organization, Coders Who Travel, can also provide education on some of these courses like Python programming, SAS data management, and Tableau data visualizations. My tips for not drowning: have patience with yourself and commit or dedicate yourself to go over the learning curve that's typically required for depth, if that is your desire. You can also find online and in-person communities on Stack Overflow, that's online, and attending workshops at conferences by reputable associations like American Statistical Association or Institute for Operations Research and the Management Sciences, INFORMS for short. There are also community around specific programming languages like Python, SQL, SAS, R, and they all can be very good as well. For boundaries, my advice is when you get stuck as you navigate your way from a beginner to perhaps, let's say, intermediate level, you want to talk to people or research immediately. Don't go down a rabbit trail by yourself alone for, say, 3 days stuck at a problem before sharing the problem with someone in your network. And this network can be at work or school or business. For paid software, so we usually say paid software versus open source, and open source languages are the ones that are free, that you don't have to pay anything. But the benefits of the pay software is that, for instance, like SAS and Tableau, I know you can talk to a real person at the other end of the line who can share guided technical resources for troubleshooting and smooth onboarding. There are habits. You can take advantage of trial licenses of various vendors. Some notable names are Palantir, Databricks, Snowflake, Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services. And then you can test drive and decide if you want to learn more. Also, be curious when you read about a new development on AI in the news. One of the things I use is Google Alerts, which allows you to set keywords like data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and this will send you automatic emails of highlights in those fields on a regular cadence according to your needs, such as daily or weekly basis. And I'll advocate continuous learning is how you will stay effective in this rapidly changing landscape of AI.
Okay, that's a lot. So that is a lot. But Afia has agreed to send us the list of everything that she has mentioned. And so we will put it in there. You can sign up for our newsletter, which is in the chat, newsletter bit.ly/breakthrough convo, and we'll send you. Okay, now we are going to get into the meat of our conversation today. Afia, as we talked earlier, and we are both smiling, I said, Afia, would you like to do something on AI with me? And he was like, I'm not an AI guru. Then as we had continued the conversation, he said, oh, I've actually used AI to prepare for a job interview, and I can speak to that. I've used it to create a marketing video. So we'll get into those two today. So, Afia, can you walk us through step by step how you used AI to prepare, the prompts, the tools, the practice routine, the timeline, and the reveal? Did it? And my question is, and I'm sure everyone wants to know, did you land the job? And so this is where I'm going to hand it over to you. Take your time, because we may know somebody who is looking for a job, or we might be ourselves looking for a job or a side hustle, right? And so please walk us through how you used AI to prepare for a job interview. And once again, welcome everyone for joining us. And please, let's participate with our comments. If you have any questions, that is why we are here. If you're our mathematical scientists would answer it for us, and we will share it together, okay?
Yeah, thank you. So first, I'll tackle the review question. But the foundational thing I want to say is AI is only supplementary to the traditional ways of seeking for a job, and it is not a substitute to what has already worked in the past. So I typically create a spreadsheet with multiple tabs answering various questions an interviewer may ask, such as the about us, products and services, leadership, how to defend my resume, awareness of the job description details, questions for the interviewing team, negotiation of salary following the offer letter, and on and on. And traditionally, sources like the company's website, web searches, either through Google or Microsoft Bing, Fishbowl and Glassdoor, that gives you employee reviews of their companies and also salary projection ranges. LinkedIn to find people in authority, in seniority at the companies you are interested in. All help job applicants arm themselves with knowledge to wage a strategic effort in letting interviewers know that they are the best candidates for the said position. So using ChatGPT or other AI tools does not, in caps, replace all these. But generative AI tools like ChatGPT can support a job applicant to see the gaps or lack of alignment between their resume and the job description of the role they are after, which is, if you think about it, that's what the interview panel is for. I have a job, I need to fill it. Are you the best candidate of the lots that I'm interviewing for? And so the ultimate goal, I want to say, is once you find the misalignment between the job description and your resume, you have to maintain your integrity. Do not lie, because it can hurt you or overstretch your experience, but be prepared to use your most relevant experiences to answer the interview questions. Also, I want to caution that some companies caution against using AI for verbatim answers to job application questions. So please be aware of that. Now, the review.
Okay,
I
so
believe it has
Afia,
answered. Yes,
can I ask you a question? I think
of
you made an
course.
important point that the AI is not a substitute. Can you underscore that point about your preparation? Because you gave a lot of tips. In addition to AI, you have your Excel spreadsheets. Can you underscore that point, please?
Yes, so by it not being a substitute, I also mean it's not a replacement. So all the ways you were already trying to get a job in the past, you use it in addition to AI, but AI helps you see the gaps between your experience and what the interview team may be looking for. And as I delve deeper into the supporting slides that I will share before today's session is over, I think most of that will be clear. So if you think of the whole, like the uh, pizza crust, right? All the tools are the slices in that pizza, but AI is just a slice in that whole. That now you have the advantage of using it to enhance, let's say, the eating experience or the dining experience in that pizza analogy.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, so what I was saying is the review, right? So I think when I started using AI, I'll probably say for job searches specifically will be probably 2023. And I got a job serving an agency called Defense Contract Management Agencies through a small firm. And I remember that was about the time that a friend at church had recommended AI to enhance that experience. Now, I can't conclusively say that it is because of the only AI that made me get that job. I need to be authentic about that. But I do believe it enhanced my experience. It made it easier, saving you time to really hit that bullseye. And that was the data scientist role serving the chief data officer at Defense Contract Management Agency. That was a job prior to my role at Booz Allen. For the step-by-step, the things to do specifically, I'm going to share my screen as well. And let me know when you see my screen, please. It'll take some time, but I'm working on it.
So whilst you're doing your screen, I'll just recap that AI enhances. And I think throughout the month, we've heard that AI enhances, amplifies, supports, yeah, the work that we do, or in your case, in this case, the interview, it supports it, okay?
Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. I can see your screen. If you can see a fair screen, can you please give us a thumbs up? Okay, go ahead. I can see it, and I think folks probably can see it. Yes.
Okay. So in a nutshell, these are the 6 main steps you can leverage as you job search for your next dream opportunity with the support of ChatGPT. So the first step is to go to the URL, www.chatgpt.com. Second step, you will create a job description for the dream position. Example, senior data scientist. In my case, when I'm looking for roles, you will create a resume or curriculum vitae or CV for short for that dream position. And then you will compare the job description with the CV in a new prompt. like, please compare my resume to the job description and tell me the gaps. You can get rid of the word please. AI doesn't care. I think I've actually read an article that says that all the time it takes to compute the pleases and the politeness is taxing on the system. But hey, I'm originally from Ghana, so we say please a lot.
Did you all hear
So
that? Did you all hear that? Don't bother writing the please because you are giving AI too much work. Go ahead.
exactly, exactly. And then after it compares, you just ask AI, close the gaps that you observed in the JD or job description and CV. And then it will ask you a follow-up question whether you want to retrieve it. And then you say, I want to retrieve it. And you can choose two formats, either the Word document or the PDF document. And then you can leverage those results in your job interview. So, Marian, that's the overview. I want to check if we can continue into the details.
If you have any questions, please put it. And thank you for the thumbs up, Victor. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, continue. Details.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's how you go through it step by step. I'm showing the logo of ChatGPT so that when you are on that site, you know it is the authentic site. These days, there are fake stuff happening. So I will show the logo so you can know that you are at the right place. So you go to chatgpt.com, you see that logo. This is the welcoming page or landing page you will see, and it will just say, where should we begin? It also tells you that you can upgrade your plan. It's a good time to mention that there's a limit to daily searches. So if you are serious about digging deep, you may want to invest in buying the actual software. So that's the first thing. Go to chatgpt.com. And then the first prompt you give it is create a job description for, and then you will insert your dream position that is highlighted, in this case, senior data scientist position. And that is the first prompt. When you do that, ChatGPT will give you about the role. It also wants you to know that this is for a full-time position. So it's telling you about the role. We are seeking an experienced senior data scientist to join our team and lead the design, development, and deployment of advanced data-driven solutions, etc. Then it tells you the responsibilities, such as you will lead end-to-end data science projects from problem framing and data exploration to model development, deployment, and performance monitoring as the first bullet. It will get into the qualifications, whether they are seeking a master's or PhD in computer science, statistics, applied mathematics, engineering, or a related field. They also want 5+ years experience, etc., in data science, machine learning, or applied AI roles. It also actually gives you what they prefer. They might be looking for the specific area like healthcare, finance, e-commerce, or software as a service, or SaaS. That's what SaaS is meaning. And then it talks about ML ops, which is machine learning operations, that has been abbreviated. It also tells you a bit about the expected benefits you might get for the role. And so it's saying they will offer you competitive salary and performance-based bonuses. They will give you the health, dental, and vision insurance at a comprehensive level, generous pay time off or PTO, etc. They are even saying it's a remote-friendly culture. And then ChatGPT will ask you, would you like me to tailor this for a specific industry? And this is your opportunity to put in your specific industry, and it gets very tailored. But at the beginner level, this is enough. This next prompt is the CV prompt. Mm-hmm. You just say, create a resume for this dream position, and then you insert your dream position, like the example beneath is portraying. And that gives you the details, So I said, create a resume for a senior data scientist position. And it's actually giving, is affirming itself. It says, here's a strong general purpose senior data scientist resume template you can adapt to your experience. And so the usual, demographic details, but for data scientists, well, today is becoming popular. People need your LinkedIn profile URL. So if you are not on LinkedIn, consider going there, but the judgment is yours, because if you're on LinkedIn, you have to be behaving professionally, because when they go there and they see unprofessional stuff, it can go against you. So that's why I say use your judgment. For programmers, there's a resource called GitHub. And it's a collaboration tool between different programmers. So they're saying if you have a portfolio, you can put it on GitHub and they would like to see it. Then there's the professional summary section. Now that they want 7+ years of experience, back to mimicking what the earlier prompt had, which was the job description. It has core skills. Some of these packages, I don't want it to necessarily go too details, but this buttresses my point about it being a deep river too. Yeah, but look at, they need programming and machine learning. They need data engineering. They need modeling and analytics. They also need business and product, as well as visualization and business intelligence, which is BI. And then you get into the chronological order of your professional experiences, starting with your most recent job or current job. And it shows you some of the things that potentially the interview panel might be looking for. You list more job experiences. So for me, it will probably be coders who travel first, Booz Allen next, Deloitte next, and mathematical policy research next. So that's how you list it. It shows you the education section, the kind of certifications that are in vogue. If you have publications and projects, that's also a section you can list. And then it asks you again, would you like me to customize this resume for a specific role? And it's talking about applicant tracking system, which is actually, I wasn't going to get into that, but let me quickly say that the applicant tracking system is or ATS is what the recruiters are using to browse through the number of resumes they have in their system. And when they do that, they use the keywords like, the product, the AI, the ML. And so when they input those keywords, that is what is funneling and pulling the resumes up. And so by being strategic and going through a process like this, you'll be able to know which strategic words you also need to authentically and truthfully put on your resume. And then I've scratched the please to make a point that I made earlier. It's not necessary. You can just say, compare my resume to a job description and tell me the gaps. That is the compare prompt. So these are, when you have to do the compare, you run into the upload interface. It will ask you, do you want to add photos and files, which is the first option here. And you click on that one, and wherever your folder is, in my case, downloads, you will find your folder. We are doing Breaking Through Immigrant Voices, so we have a folder for that, and then you will get your resume. And then after you submit it, it will say, I have compared your resume, and that's the first resume. So when you give it the first prompt, what I did was actually copy those results into a Word document. Yeah, that's a very important point. The first hit or search results, you want to save that immediately. It has a way to share it with yourself, but I usually just select all, highlight it, and copy and paste in a Word document and save it. That's for the job description. Then I also save the resume or the CV in another separate document. And so that third graphic at the bottom here I saved it as ChatGPT resume or CV, senior data scientist. And I also saved it as ChatGPT job description, senior data scientist. It's a little truncated, but I think you get the point. And so ChatGPT is now reporting back to me that I've compared your resume with the job description, and then it will give you the results. So this is the prompt. The next prompt is after it's yes, so does it match the JD? And so this is some of the feedback it's giving. It's telling you, please upload a resume and job description, and I'll carefully compare them. I'll highlight direct matches, partial matches, and gaps. And then this is the upload interface at another angle with me uploading the two files. And it's now giving me the strong matches from my job description with my resume. And it's saying my experience level based on the input files of resume and job description is the 7+ years in data science, which aligns well with the 5+ years required. Technical skills include Python, R, SQL, TensorFlow, and all those listed. End-to-end machine learning projects, including deployment of ML models, etc. Mentorship, you've led and mentored junior scientists. Business collaboration, you've demonstrated partnership, and on and on. And communication and certifications as well. Then it tells you even the partial matches, things that are kind of maybe on your resume for the role, big data platforms, ML ops, domain expertise, publications, and open source, which means free packages as well. And then it's saying the gaps they saw is that I don't have, based on the comparison, the differences or the gaps is that statistical modeling or optimization is a gap. Modern data warehouses is a gap. Leadership scope is a gap. And keeping current with ML or AI advances is also a gap. Then it's giving you recommendations of what to do. So you can mention model monitoring. And this is where it's very tempting to overstretch your experience, because if you want the job so bad and you now have this information, then you might be tempted to overstretch, but it doesn't help. What you can do is, knowing the gaps, begin upscaling yourself through some of the resources I earlier mentioned. There's so many vendors like Coursera, Udemy that you can take courses on, and you can highlight your strengths with the strong matches and say, you are aware if the question comes up, only if the question comes up in the interview, you are aware of the areas of improvement, but you are continuously learning. And these are some of the things you are learning to sort of cover the ground of the gaps. But if you don't need a job like yesterday and you are just planning 6 months ahead, then these recommendations gives you a strategy of what you have to do to get that next job. And it's even asking, do you want to rewrite your resume bullets to explicitly close the gaps for the senior data scientist role, or just keep this as a gap analysis? When they asked you the resume bullet, I said yes. That's one way to affirm it. And then it gives it in bullets as well. More bullets, and on, covering some of the earlier ground we went through as well, and closing the gaps and thoughts. The second affirming prompt is, do you want me to produce a clean, fully updated document in Word or PDF with these revisions so you can use it directly? And the answer for me was yes. And would you like me to generate a PDF version? You say yes. It takes a little bit of time to analyze that. That's why I'm highlighting the analyzing with the red box. And now it gives you the report. It's in docx, which is Word, and PDF, which is portable document format. And now you have that. And then you can download And this happened to me. I've subscribed for ChatGPT in the past, but I've not re-enrolled yet, right? But this actually happened when I was preparing the presentation. It says you've reached your data analysis limit. And so be mindful of that. And if I needed more, then I will upgrade. But if you don't have the budget, you can just wait 24 hours and you will have another quota to press on. And that brings me to the end of that section and the details. Marian, back to you.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining. I see you. Thank you. So, for those some people just joined, can you just give a summary? There was a job that you wanted, a data scientist job, right? And then you went just the headline things that you did. You put the job in ChatGPT, you uploaded your resume. If you can just give us the headline for those who just joined too, just step by step without the details. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing, go to ChatGPT URL, www.chatgpt.com. Your first prompt is create a job description of the dream position. Insert dream, the role you're after, maybe a sales executive, an HR recruiter. So in your case, it will be give me a job description of an HR recruiter role. And then the next one is the CV, create a CV of this position for me. And then you compare the CV, you tell it to compare the CV with the resume, and it will give you feedback. And there may be some refining questions. And then you ask it to close the gaps for you. And then after it closes the gaps, then you retrieve the results as a Word document or PDF, or you can do both, because sometimes you need both formats depending on what you are sharing or who you are interacting with. The reason why I have not uploaded my direct resume into it, or want more caution you doing that, is AI is accepting. It's like it receives and takes and takes and takes, and that information will go into the system. And so there may be need for you to directly upload your own resume, but the method I am sharing is the way you protect your own information while taking advantage of the great benefits that will enhance the job search process.
Okay. So, okay, now I'm also getting. So this is for generic job hunting. So, for instance, if I want to be a teacher, I'm looking for a job as a math teacher. Then I will ask AI, can you, what was the actual prompt you gave? Give me a dream job as a teacher.
Yeah, create a job description for a teacher, a math teacher position. You can do it that way. But when you give it that, it can give you refining questions and you can tailor it to specific industries. But for the purposes of today's discussion, I just kept it at that high level and generic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so whatever industry you are in, nurse practitioner, teacher, you ask it, okay, and then it will also be asking you the questions like you were explaining, right? Your resume. Okay. Does anyone have any question? Okay, so these prompts that you created, you're going to give it to us. We'll put it in our chat when we are done in the video replay. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. I will wait to see if there are any questions or anyone want Afia to demo something for us. Very, very good. This is great. Now, Afia, I know, like, if you are just joining us, let me say again that Afia is coming back next week, where we'll be talking about her life as a trailblazer, mathematical scientist, musician, philanthropist, founder, so many things. So, and the title of that session is called Going Against the Grain. You don't want to miss that session. Same channel next week, Saturday at 11. Now, you also use AI to produce a promotional marketing video. Can you tell us the story? What was the goal? What tools did you use? What were the steps? And if you could give us a quick demo or show one short clip that you have done. I mean, that part of the story, the part that really intrigued me was a professor seeing it on LinkedIn and asking you to produce it for him as well. So can you walk us through that?
Yes. He may have been a professor in the past, but he's a scientist now. So
Okay.
I met him through a grant pursuit at the Coders Who Travel in December 2020 through another professor. So just want to clarify. I know I said professor, but later on I was reflecting, and I think he used to be a professor, but he's a scientist now. Same thing, but just clarifying. And yes, I did when I chanced on VIDS. V for Victor, I for Isaac, D for David, S for Samuel, VIDS, as in short form of videos. And it is an icon in my Google Workspaces account for my organization in Coders Who Travel. So as I will show in some slides, just like I did before, it may not be available yet in your personal Gmail account. This is a Gmail feature because I double checked and the personal account, I wasn't really seeing it quickly, but it's definitely in Google for Workspaces, which usually is available to businesses who subscribe to Google. And so, yes, I chanced on that vids icon. It says there was a text by it that said new. And so I was just curious to see what the new icon had to offer. But after I got blown away by its potential capabilities for a promotional or marketing video, I just decided to do a video myself for an upcoming career coaching program that my foundation ran between June and early August of this year for college students across 3 universities in Ghana. And the career coaching program is called Excel in Your Career Coaching Bootcamp. So I have a short clip that I can show later on as I go through the slides of the major steps that I undertook to get there. So, Marian, are you ready for that slide presentation?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, I'll reshare the screen. You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Um, I think, okay. Let me end the slideshow and quickly go back. Okay, so this section is business promotional videos with Gmail VIDS, VIDS. So like we did for the job prep session, this is the Gmail VIDS outline. So you go to your Gmail inbox for your Google Workspaces account, typically for businesses and organizations. And there are these three square dots, no, dots in a square form that we usually see at the top right corner. And I'll show some pictures soon. And you choose that palette of dots and you select the vids icon, which is in purple with a play button. Then you will double click that purple vids icon, and the fourth will give you 8 options of what you can do. And the example that I will focus on that I used in the business promotional video I did for the scientist or previous professor is that I chose the template session, but there are 7 more options, and you see that soon. And then you can tour the tools curiosity, right? If it wasn't curiosity, I wouldn't be finding out about this. I just saw new and I clicked on it. And so you explore the available tools. Example is VEO, which I should find out what the initials stand for, but it's basically short AI videos that can be generated instantly for you, which makes it interesting. And then after you go through the template, then you will review the deck of slides that AI has given you, and then you will customize it according to your business brand. So if I'm doing it, you've seen blue and gold. Those are my my organization's branding colors. And so whatever I do, I'll be mindful of those colors or the audiences that I plan to present that promotional video to. Uh, Sometimes it includes a background music in most cases. We've all seen the presentation going and the background music is very low to keep it interesting, right? And so some of those music can be copyrighted, so be mindful of that. It's a good thing to say that I'm a composer of original songs and what I've used. So if you need music, we can also talk about that. Now, I'm highlighting that I'm using Google for nonprofits account and not a personal Google account for this illustration because last night I tried to figure out if it was in my personal and I didn't see the icon just yet here. So maybe something that are just rolling out for businesses. But assuming you have the VITS icon, you will go to your inbox and you choose this 9 dots here that looks like a square highlighted in a red box. And from that, you will see the purple VITS icon with the play button. And so this is how the palette will open up after clicking the 9 dots. You see these options first, but if you scroll down, then you see the next set of options, and that's where you find the VITs. And there are more and more apps as well. So I put a slide about finding the VITs. Definitely go to this URL, Google Products, about.google/products to see if you can find this there. And it gives you all featured business and some options, and you can keep looking. But if all else fails, I would say contact Google yourself. There is a page here. The link is a bit lengthy, but basically, if you Google get started with Google Vets, you might find the URL and you can navigate to that. So the options that I'm talking about after you click on that VITS icon is this palette. You have the VEO3, the storyboard, AI avatars, recording yourself either through video or audio, uploading pre-recorded content, templates, convert slides, and a blank vid palette, right? That's if you are, I'm sure people like graphic designers can do it from scratch if they really want to, or if you feel you like to go the distance. But so far, I've explored the templates option. So when you choose the template option, you get these options of some choices. So you have the new employee intro, roadmap, mastering digital products, get ready, offline feedback or review, audio tech pitch, frequently asked questions, new company initiatives, happy birthday. And I think this is a truncated set of options. There are more options than that. You can tell that the scroll bar is really at the top here. So if you scroll down, you have plenty or a plethora of other choices. So from then, choosing the templates, I choose the new employee intro. It was bright, yellow and black. And so I wanted to know what that was all about. And so there's a scroll bar at the bottom. You scroll to the far right, from left to right, or you can use your arrows to go through each of the slide deck in that roll of slides it's giving you. And that's where it asks you insert selected scene. That is if this is only one single one that you want, or if you want all the scenes they gave you, you can insert all scenes with that blue button at the bottom over there. Now, having selected all the scenes, all the slides are at the bottom here, and this is the new employee intro deck. See that at the far right side is giving you options, and to zoom in, you also would have to title your untitled video immediately. I like to bookmark it or make it my favorites, so I use the star option to quickly save this link so I don't lose it. And then these are what the options at the far right side, the top of the tools enable you to do. the video, like I mentioned, you can generate a short AI video clip. You generate an avatar, you can record, you can write scripts yourself, or they will give you some sample of the scripts based on that roll of slides that you chose. And then there's a drive and folders under the uploads button. You can go through stock and choose stock and web video already pre-populated with a Google application. You can write your text or accept the text, but in most cases, you have to modify it to suit your business. You can insert shapes and lines, and you can also insert more templates as needed. So basically, to find that, you will hover over each of those icons. And here is an example of how I first created a career coaching, marketing or promotional video for the organizations that I lead when it was leading the Excel in Your Career coaching program for University of Ghana, Catholic University, and Blue Crest College. So let's watch. And Marian, please tell me when you hear the sound.
Yes. And please, if you can hear the sound, give us a thumbs up in the chat, or you can write, I hear you.
It's loading now.
Are you a college student or faculty member looking to unlock your full potential? Let us introduce you to a career coaching program that can help you achieve success. Let's face it, college can be overwhelming. Many students face unique challenges, balancing academics, extracurricular activities, and personal life. Are you stressed about your future after graduation, feeling lost and anxious? You're not alone. Do you feel unsure about what career path to take? You're not alone. Many students struggle to choose a career direction. Imagine having guidance and support to navigate your career journey. We can help. Introducing our comprehensive career coaching program. We provide personalized guidance and tools to help students succeed. Our coaching is tailored to the unique needs of college students, recognizing the challenges and goals specific to their stage of life. Students can gain clarity, confidence, and valuable skills to set them up for success in their careers and beyond. We help you discover your strengths and talents, allowing you to pursue a career that aligns with your passions and abilities. We provide expert guidance on building a compelling resume and developing essential skills that employers are looking for. We'll provide personalized interview coaching to help you ace interviews and make a lasting impression. With our help, you can land your dream job and embark on a fulfilling career path. For faculty, our program is a valuable resource to enhance student outcomes and provide additional support. By offering our career coaching, you can further support your students and help them achieve academic and career success. By partnering with us, you offer a valuable resource to empower students and bridge the gap between education and the workforce. Invest in your future or the future of your students and unlock their full potential through our career coaching program. Don't wait any. Sign up for our career coaching program today and take the first step towards a brighter future. Visit our website or scan the QR code to learn more and register. Your journey to career success starts now.
Hey.
Thank you for watching. So this was my first attempt at it for my organization. And like Marian mentioned, then the next thing came as well. Then the next request from the professor who surprisingly paid me for my work, the scientist. I was so appreciated that he did that. So keep your requests coming if you need more help with that. But next week, definitely dive deeper. I'll try to go through how I actually did it, like maybe in a live demo, time permitting, as well. Marian, back to you.
Yeah. So if you can put it down. So if you have a quick question, was this more like PowerPoint slide by slide, and then you put the words in? I know that next week you would spend more time because this was a pop-up and we wanted to keep it at 1 hour. If you can just give somebody who is trying to create a video.
Yeah, they'll have to come back next week, but briefly, AI will give you a lot when you choose that slide deck. I just want to say in high school, one of my grade majors was picture making. So I may have people who are creative may have a slight edge than those who it might take people a lot faster to do it than some. But AI will give you a lot, and your ability to format the fonts, change the colors, change the script, research the right video for your audience. Sometimes you are looking for BIPOC populations because your audience are minority populations. You have to do all that research as well to make sure but if it's a global initiative, then a mix of all races really helps, market your business professionally.
Okay.
I hope I've stopped sharing the screen, right?
Yeah, still sharing your screen. So if you're saying that if you want more, that's the teaser. You have to come next week to hear her tell her story, going against the grain, how she became a mathematical scientist, and her story and her hobby, passion as a musician. She has original songs that she has composed. So I asked the question, I was trying to help you all by having a go through, but she said, come next week. She's going to go deeper on how to create that promotional video, because I think some of us have businesses and would like to know how to create videos like that, which will save us a lot of cost. Thank you, everyone who has joined so far. I see you, Mercy Brew, Eunice, Ishmael, Victor, Gloria. I hope I'm not missing, Breaking Through, Jackie. Thank you for being active in the chat. Afia, we are just about to land the plane, right? Just give us one more advice, one practical AI hack for viewers who are new to AI. I see it. Thank you for joining us. For viewers who are new to AI, what's one fast, high impact hack they can try today for interviews or creating a business video? Just one hack, and then
don't be scared when an interviewer asks you, do you have any questions? Don't be panicking. AI can help you with that. What are some of the questions I should ask the interview team? So that would be one tip that I will offer, that it can also do that.
Fantastic. That's great. Because normally at almost every interview, they'll ask you, do you have any questions for us? And you don't want to be generic. So you can actually give AI some prompts to help it. That is fantastic. Well, people, I know some people are just joining us. Today, we wanted to keep it to just 1 hour. We've gone over a little bit, but if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat right now, and we will try to answer that question for you. But thank you so much for today. This was a pop-up. We hope we've brought you some value. I have learned a lot. You can go back to the recording. This was just a few recap. AI can be deep, but it can be deep, yeah. And depending on which way you want to go, whether you want to be at the back end, if you give us some ideas of some courses that you can take. If you want to be at the shallow end, like us who are users, there are also stuff that you can learn. AI can support your journey whilst you are looking for a job, or if you want to enhance your business, AI, ChatGPT, or the one that she used, Fits, in Google, can help you create your promotional video. Thank you. This was a pop-up, and thank you so much, everyone, for staying to the end. Thank you. And once again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like our videos, comment, and we will see you in the next video. But remember, next week, we have another session with Afia. Next week will be a bit different. Afia's trailblazing journey in mathematical sciences and innovation. Please join us next week at 11. Thank you all so much for joining. And for those of you who will be watching the replay too, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Afia.
You're welcome.